Yeah, good morning, one and all. In today's class, we shall discuss about marketing research and information system, right? Okay. So the main idea of marketing research is to know more about consumers. So that's the reason, no? More about consumers we should know, more about dealers and more about products. So that is the main idea for marketing research. Why? Because see, as the business grows, the distance between the manufacturer and customers, no, or consumers, they grow wider, even including no marketing problems. So therefore, the management depends upon the marketing research because no, it is a tool in solving these marketing problems, and it helps in taking no fruitful and efficient decision as to the flow of goods and services in the hands of consumers. Okay, so therefore we shall discuss about marketing research, nature and scope, and then marketing information system and how the marketing research is in India. Okay, yeah, first of all, let us understand what marketing research is. Right. See, it's a basic task. It's a fundamental task of whom of marketing department. Okay. And we can define it as the systematic, okay, and objective process of collecting, generating, then analyzing, and then interpreting information and communicating no, the findings for the use in making marketing decisions. Okay, so in other words, we can say marketing research is a special effort done by the marketers. Okay, special effort. What for? In getting or gathering information. Okay, in a systematic way, searching for or analyzing market information. So careful planning through all stages of the research is necessary. Now, what is that? First, it must start with a clear and concise statement of the problem or issues to be investigated. No, because no, this indicate the information required to study that problem or those issues, define the methods to be adopted to collect the required data. Okay. Secondly, objectivity in research is important. Okay, because it should not be biased, right? So objectivity is important. And finally, no, the research should provide meaningful information in the most efficient manner through the application of professional methodology. Okay, because there are so many alternatives available, so we have to pick that alternative which reduces no the range of decision errors. Okay, so therefore no marketer manager should provide a clear cut, a detailed scenario of the problem faced, and must allow the research with adequate time. That is very important. Time constraint should not be there, so adequate time must be given, and even budget has to be given to that marketer to do that survey or to conduct that study. Okay, we shall see some of the definitions. One definition given by American Marketing Association is, see, marketing research is a systematic. So with an objective, you have to start. You have to identify a problem. So it's a systematic process. Okay, gathering and recording and analyzing the data. Okay, about problems to the marketing of goods and services. This is what American Marketing Association is saying about marketing research. When we see the definition of Philip Kotler, he is also saying the same thing, that it is a systematic. What? A problem analysis. Okay. Then after analyzing the problem, a model has to be built. So model building, and then knowing the facts, why the problem has arisen, how to cope up with. So fact finding for the purpose. So why we are finding all these things, facts and all, so that we can make important decisions and we can control Okay, that problem, right, in the marketing of goods and services. So likewise, we have Richard Chris, then Green and Tull. They have given the different definitions for the marketing research. So almost everyone is saying that it is a function which links the customer and public to the marketer through information used to identify and define marketing opportunities and problems. Then generate, refine, and evaluate actions. Okay. First is define marketing opportunities and problems. Second one is generate, refine, and evaluate marketing actions. Third is monitor marketing performance. And lastly, we have to improve the understanding of market as a process. Okay. So what is the importance of marketing research? So we can see some aspects. Number one is identifying problem and opportunities in the market. Okay. So any marketing research, it begins with, it starts with identification of problem. Okay. Because see, it helps in identifying new market opportunities for existing and new products. Okay, it provides us information on market share, nature of competition, customer satisfaction levels, sales performances, and channels of distribution. Okay, so this identification of problem, it will help the firms in solving problems. See, when we know that we have a stomach ache, then we'll try to get a cure for that particular stomach ache only, not the whole the body pain and all, isn't it? So that's how a researcher, a marketing researcher, first has to identify the problem and they see the opportunities in the market. That is the first. That's importance of marketing research. Number two is formulating market strategies. Yeah, formulating marketing strategies. See, we know today's markets are no more local, it's global. Do you all agree? Yes, it's global now. So manufacturers, they find it difficult to contact customers and control no distribution channels. And in competition is very severe, right? Consumer needs, they are very difficult to predict. Yeah, you have different generation, family life cycle is there, different generation, their needs, their wants, their other aspirations, they are really very difficult to predict, right? And not only this, market segmentation also has become complicated now, because wide markets are available, no, plenty of alternative products and services are available. So it's a very complicated task. So the marketing intelligence provided through marketing research not only helps in framing but also in implementing the marketing strategy. So that will help us, because no, we have to understand that market is global. They have to control the customers and contact them, and distribute channels has to be controlled. Cutthroat competition they have to face. All this, for that they have to formulate a marketing strategy and they have to accordingly implement that strategy. Okay. And third importance is determining consumer needs and wants. So as I told you, consumer uh, predicting his behavior, attitude, values, and all this, his aspirations and all, it's very difficult one. And moreover, the market now is customer centric. Marketing has now become a customer centric. Okay. Now, however, large scale production, they need some intermediaries. No, because for mass distribution, they need some intermediaries. So due to prevalence of these multi channels of distribution, there would definitely be an information gap, right? So marketing research that will help in collecting that information on consumers from structured distribution, okay, channel, okay, distribution research. And then that will help the marketing people to be more consumer oriented. Okay, so that is there. Next is for effective communication mix also, marketing research is used. See, this is an era of micro marketing, no, rather than mass marketing, because communication it's playing a vital role, right? Marketing research uses various promotional research, no, to study media mix and advertising effectiveness, integrated communication tools. So research on such aspects will help, no, in promoting effectively a company's product in the market. Okay, so for effective communication mix, now how to approach customers through radio, through different channels, now through OTT, when to telecast their advertisements, now what promotional events they have to take up, if IPL, then how to have catch that event in promoting their product, and also communication mix to make it more effective. Marketing research is done. Okay, and the fifth one is improving selling activities. So marketing research will improve selling activities as well. Okay, because it will analyze and then it will evaluate, um, then uh, performances of a company. It will it will evaluate within the market, and it also studies the effectiveness of a sales force. Then it will help in identifying sales territories. Now such information will help the company in identifying areas of shortcoming in sales, which area it's your product is not clicking over there, right? So it will examine that, and it also examines alternative methods of distribution of these goods. Okay, so in other words, we can say that marketing research, it will improve selling activities by identifying sales territories. Okay, right. Next, we shall move to the next importance is for sales forecasting. Also, marketing research is used. See, nowadays, no, the most challenging task for any production manager, he has to keep an optimum levels of an inventory. Whatever the method is following, FIFO, LIFO, whatever, but no optimum levels of inventory has to put. Okay, then production when is undertaken, when in anticipation of demand, he should be very well versed with, should have that information. So therefore, no scientific forecast of sales is required at this point of time, because now what to produce, what is the demand, and what are the sales to be forecasted, and then what to be kept in the inventory, isn't it? So here, marketing research will help. Okay, in sales forecasting by using market share method, or a sales force estimate method, or jury method. No, this will help in fixing sales quotas and marketing plans. Okay, right. Next is to revitalize the brands. Okay, see, yeah, to revitalize brands. So marketing research is used to study and find out the existing brand position. Okay, where they stand, where the brand stands, what is its position. Okay, and it finds out the recall value of brands. It explores the possibilities of brand extension, where no extension and prospects of changing existing brand names and all. So that will be there. The main purpose of this marketing is, especially nowadays we talk about loyalty and also brand loyalty. Creating it is the main purpose of marketing nowadays, right? So this marketing research helps in developing techniques to popularize their brand, to position their brand, and to retain brand loyalty. Okay, so brand, no, even personal brand, so is very important nowadays, right? Next is to facilitate smooth introduction of new products. For that also marketing research will help, because it is testing the new products in one or two markets, no, on a small scale. Okay, pilot basis, right? On a small scale, they'll just test in a new product. Then, because no, this help in finding out customer response to their new product, and then they will develop a suitable marketing mix. There only they'll come to know the problems of the customers, know why they are not taking up the new products. Okay, in this way, then they can control the risk involved in smooth introduction of a new product. Okay, so marketing research is useful for the new products as well. Next is to determine export potentials. See, the development in transport and communication, you can see, has helped in globalization and digitalization of the world trade also. This has helped in boosting the growth of international markets. Marketing research will help in conducting market survey for export, because it collects the information on marketing environment prevailing in each country, right? And by collecting the data on consumers from different countries, then it can determine, no, it can evaluate the export potentials. So lastly, the importance of marketing research is to make managerial decisions, right? Or managerial decision making, to facilitate managerial decision making. Now, how it can be, no, by supplying relevant, up-to-date and accurate data to the decision makers. So if they have every information on their table, then they can make the decision promptly, and they can take a best from the alternatives available, isn't it? So managers, they always need an up-to-date information to access customers' needs and wants, market situation, technological change, and competition or extent of competition, market segmentation, and all. And all this data, if you're giving them, then they can easily make some managerial decision, whether to increase their production, whether to increase their sales, whether to focus on the new product or the existing product, how the lineup should be, right? All these things they will look after. Okay. Then we'll move to classification of market research. Right. See, we can classify this marketing research into two ways, that is problem identification research and then problem solving research. Right? Problem identification research, under this, we have to know about market potential research. Okay, how it is classified, then market share, market characteristics research, then sales analysis research, forecasting research, then business trends research, right? This is all under problem identification research. Now, under problem solving research, you need to have segmentation research, product research, pricing research, promotion research, and distribution research. Okay, now we'll see one after the other. What is problem identification research? See, research undertakes or is undertaken to help in understanding the problems which are not necessarily, apparent on the surface and yet exist and are likely to arise in the future also. So problem identification research includes, as I told you, market potential, market share, market characteristics, then sales analysis, forecasting research, business trends, and all, isn't it? Then problem solving research, this is an ongoing process, right? Because it's dynamic in nature. Now consumers, they change their taste, they change their attitudes, they change their product, they change their services, they may not be loyal to the brand, so therefore it's a dynamic in nature. So it's a ongoing process. And here research is undertaken to help or to solve specific marketing problems, whether related to price or product or promotion, specific one for that. Okay. Now here we'll look after different categories under problem solving research. One is segmentation research. Now this research will help the marketer to identify the potential market and potential consumers. Okay, that will determine the basis of segmentation. Is it based on gender, male or female, and if based on marital status, married or unmarried, or income level, yeah, or no children, right, or family, nuclear or joint, like that, no, on what basis of segmentation, geographical or no product or product or family life cycle, whatever it is. So it will determine the basis of segmentation. Second one is it will establish market potential and responsiveness of various segments. Okay. And third is they'll select the target markets and then create lifestyle profiles, demography, then media and product image characteristics. So that is how segmentation research is done, right? Next is product research. See, product research will help, I know, in addressing itself some questions, okay, associated with what, with the products of the company as well as the products of their competitors. Okay, it aims at finding out on the product image, which will be not compatible with the self image of the consumers, and to ascertain whether the former really fits into the later or not. Okay, for that, no, some issues have to be identified and it should be addressed. One is product test concept. Okay, product should be tested. Then determine optimal product design, package tests, product modification, brand positioning and repositioning, test marketing, and controlled score test. Okay, so this is all related with the product, even packaging and all, right? Size of the product also. Next is pricing strategy or pricing research. No, this will primarily focus, no, related to whether the consumer is able to pay to their product. Okay, so that for that this research is done. It is to find out the price expectations of consumers. Okay, and how they are responding to it and how the reaction should be. If it's high price, what is their feeling? If it is low price, what is their feeling? Whether they'll take a high price product or not, right? Like likewise. Okay, so here, you know, they have to look to some aspects and solve the problems, no, related to pricing research, that is pricing policies, then importance of price in brand selection, then product line pricing, price elasticity of demand, and initiating and responding to price changes. Okay, so related to price research is done. Next is promotion research. See, the main aim of this research is to make the company's product and know whatever the message they want to tell worthy of it. Okay, so that it can reach the consumer's end. Because no, advertising messages and the other elements, no, they play a vital role in promotional mix, isn't it? So whether the effectiveness of that message is onto the consumers. Okay, for that some issues, no, they play important role here in promotional research. One is optional promotional budgets, then sales promotional mix, then optimal promotional mix, copy decisions, media decisions, creative advertising decisions. So you might have seen, no, how advertisements are very creative. Even with the common man, they are making good and beautiful advertisements. No? That is creativeness. Then evaluation of that advertising, right? Its effect on the consumers. How effective are their advertisements? They have to evaluate. And then claim substation, right? Then distribution research. Now this research will definitely address to what questions? To the questions of channels of distribution and the intermediaries engaged, okay, by the company, so that, no, they can transfer the ownership of products to final consumers. So the main purpose of this distribution research is to identify appropriate distribution channel as well as intermediaries. Okay. So while doing this, some issues have to be taken up. That is type of distribution, attitude of channel members, intensity of wholesale and resale coverage, then channel margins, and location of retail and wholesale outlets. So these are the classifications of marketing research. Then we will move to nature of marketing research. So when we look into this nature, some points we have to know. Number one is, marketing research is a very important function of marketing management, because it is enjoying special status now in study as well as in practice, right? See, even a BBA student or a BCom student are doing research now, because research is playing a vital role, so that new ideas would come out. Okay, so therefore, not just in studies but in practice also, research is playing important. Marketing research for a marketing management, it's a must. It's a important function. Okay, so it is considered as a special even subject, as a discipline also. People are specializing themselves, right? Okay, and when we see the second one, we know that marketing research is a process of gathering, then recording, and then analyzing whatever the data relevant to any marketing problem, whether related to product, whether related to price, whether related to promotion, whether related to place, whether related to distribution channel, whatever it is. So that problem now, for that gathering and recording and analyzing the information data. Okay. Next is it is a scientific method, scientific way the problem would be solved. Scientific methods and procedures are used, and with an objective, the marketing problems are solved. So there won't be any bias. You are collecting the data from the consumers, so no subjectivity is reduced, objectivity is increased. Okay. Fourth one is, we know that objectivity will be the essential element of any research, especially marketing research. Okay, that should be free from any personal values, personal needs, personal emotions, personal attitudes. It should focus on objectivity, right? And moreover, marketing research is an art as well as science. See, one has to use scientific method for collecting the data, and also qualities and expertise to conduct marketing research, right? So marketing research is art as well as science. Next is, it is not a decision making but an aid to decision making. Remember that it is facilitating decision making. It's not whole and soul by itself is decision making, marketing research, but it is a aid, we can say, and a help, a facilitator, right, in decision making, because it is giving you the required information about available things, existing product, competitors, pricing, right? All these things, they are just putting it before you so that you can take a decision, or as a manager you can take decision. Next is, it is a consumer oriented activity. Remember that today's market are customer oriented, so therefore this research also be always a consumer oriented one. So it's a consumer oriented activity. The whole process, it is totally focusing on consumer. Next is, it is aimed at adequate, reliable, and timely availability of information. So see, when you give the information very late, there's no use at all. So timely availability, reliable with objectivity, and adequate one. Sufficient data should be there. So that's a primary task of the researcher, so that he should provide that necessary information about that particular problem to the managers. Okay, right. Next is, remember, it's, as I told you, it has become a subject and a discipline. So therefore, it is a professional activity. Okay, it is conducted on a professional basis. There are so many professional agencies who are doing this marketing research on behalf of marketing firms. Okay, but they'll collect some fees, or sometimes they'll collect some commission and all. So they hire qualified staff in conducting this marketing research for their clients. Okay. Next is use of computer and computer based techniques is very common in modern day activities, isn't it? See, when you do a marketing research, or if you want to know the consumer behavior of any apparel product and all, you will collect the data on their perceptions, no, on their satisfaction level with 5-point Likert scale. Then know what you're doing, computer based packages, no, softwares you're using like SPSS, and then no, you're solving that, and then you're analyzing it. So it's a process, systematic one, scientifically being done using computers and also modern marketing research activities. Now it takes everyone. You just need to collect the data, and analysis can be done within a few seconds or minutes after you just feed the data in the computers. Okay, so statistics is playing a vital role in marketing research. Okay, for deciding sample, for collecting of the data, for tabulation, for analysis, for testing, for interpretation. No, statistics is widely used. Okay, or Jarno, Jahoni, no, Jamui. It's a statistical package free. Oh, and SPSS is there. That you can use for analyzing the data. Okay, and remember that marketing research is a powerful branch of marketing manager, because it is enjoying no a separate status. It's given an independent status. Okay, independent discipline. Okay, so it's a powerful branch. Now, what is the scope of marketing research? So we can just understand by these things like advertising research, consumer research, product research, pricing research, packaging research. So in those areas, there's a lot of scope for a marketing researcher. Okay. Now, when we see the scope of advertising research, see, advertising research, it always uh, referred to as ad testing, because it aims to determine ads effectiveness based on consumer responses, consumers feedback, and behavior. Okay, this can be done on a piece by piece basis, or it can be done with a periodic, no, weekly or bi-monthly, right? Or continuous in market research that monitors the performance of the campaign over time. Okay, these include media research and advertising copy research. Okay, see, you might have seen this surfs, no, holy advertisement. Some they objected it, and then they have changed. No, in the coming days they have changed the ad, because they have seen the responses of the consumers, and then they have changed it. Now nowadays when you see this Airtel advertisements, so they are mainly focusing on family structure and all. So very sentimental, very emotional. They are catching up that sentiments and emotion of the consumer, and they are telecasting it. So that is how advertising research will help a researcher to place their advertisement, or manager to place the image of their product in the market. Okay, next is, yeah, next is consumer research, right? See, we can call this as a market research also, because now it can help marketing manager to understand their customers and what they makes them tick. Okay, looking at the driving forces behind consumer behavior, consumer psychology, purchase patterns also. It uses research techniques, no, to provide objective information that marketing organization can use to craft products, marketing programs, and advertising campaigns, no, that increase sales and profitability. Okay. See, when you have used your debit card for purchasing some apparels and all that, in within a week, that apparel shop would give you alerts that there's an offer, come and take it, there's a discount, or new arrivals have come and all, isn't it? So that is what is consumer research. Okay. Next is product research. So this is also conducted, in order to better manage even the existing products as well as the new products. Okay. And to assess consumer feedback, to assess consumer reaction before launching a new product. For such things, product research is done. Okay. Even sometimes, pricing studies, packaging research, and design or physical characteristics, they are also included in this product research. Okay. Then we'll move to pricing research. This is, they'll see whether the consumer is able to pay what I'm assigning, what price I'm assigning to my product. Okay. So, and the impact of change in prices to the demand of any product, and also to determine the optimal price for any new product. Pricing research is done. But it's quantitative in nature. Okay. It helps organization to find no optimal price a consumer is willing to pay. Okay. No, that should help to maximize the revenue also and their market share also. Okay. Right. Next is packaging research. See, a good packaging, it will always help to identify and differentiate products to the consumers, right? Packaging is used for easy delivery and safety purposes also. Packaging helps companies to differentiate their product from the other brand. Companies must understand what influences consumers in their buying process. They must also understand what factors are influencing the buyer behavior, and the role of packaging elements also. Okay. During the purchase decision, right? So right packaging of product, right packaging elements, these are very important, and you should keep in mind before uh, you're launching a product, or when you with the existing products as well. Okay. Next is distribution research. We know that distribution research is nothing but collecting and analyzing information related to especially sales of a product or brand and its distribution. Okay. Through various retail channels, so as to enable management to take decisions regarding their channels. So distribution research will give you some insights for better management of sales channels, then better segmentation of distribution with sales channels, then roles played by intermediaries in the sales process, then understanding within the say no understand the centers, we can say, of influence within a sales channel, then companies market position with a particular sales channel. Okay. So this is distribution research. Then we'll move to media research. Media research, no, it's a study of the effects of different mass media on social, psychological, and physical aspects. Okay. Uh, to answer questions like what television programs they are watching, what radio they listen, and magazines they read. When you answer this question, marketing manager, he can understand while choosing the media strategy depending on the reach of effectiveness. See, nowadays OTT among youngsters, OTT, especially this Netflix, Hotstar, Prime, Prime Video. These are playing, Geo Cinema also. They youngsters have more access to these four. So whatever the products related to these youngsters, then they have to display and timely, right? Then they can catch up those customers, right? So that is what media research is all about. Then sales research. See, sales research, we can say sales analysis, and is always an ongoing process. And here, no measurement of market potential, then demand projection, determination of market characteristics, then market share estimations, then business trends. All this have to be studied. Okay, then we can the marketer, it will help him in establishing sales quota, then design of the territory boundary, then what compensation should be given to sales force if they are increasing their sales or decreasing their sales, no, and physical distribution, then cost analysis, all these things. So that comes under sales research. Then we'll move to syndicated research. See, several research agencies, what they do, they collect the data and then tabulate that marketing information on a continuing basis. And reports are sent periodically, or weekly, or monthly, or quarterly to their clients who pay them subscription for this. So this is syndicated research. No, the marketing department of the company is not directly involved in it. They'll hire somebody and they become the client to that, and that syndicated research is done. Okay. And the last one is international marketing research. Okay. International marketing research is the systematic design, collection, recording, analysis, interpretation, and reporting of information. What for? To a particular problem, no, of any market, and then to facilitate marketing decision by that particular company operating internationally. Okay, so that main objective of this international marketing research is to understand consumers' demands and consumer behavior, and then translate their behaviors into their marketing strategies. Okay, so this is all about. Then how the marketing research process is done. We are saying it's a process, right? So there must be some steps. When we say it as a process, then there must be some steps. So what are those steps? We have 6 steps under it. Number 1 is identification and defining the problem. Number 2 is statement of research objectives. Number 3 is planning the sample. Then 4th is data collection. Next, 5th is data processing and analysis. And step 6 is formulating, then making some conclusions, preparing, and then presenting the report. Now we'll move with step 1, identification and defining the problem. Okay, see, from the beginning, I'm telling you that research begins with identification of a problem, right? Yes, the clear-cut statement of problem may not be possible at the very outset of our research process, no, because often only we'll see the symptoms of the problems, right? Then after that, some explanatory research, clear definition of the problem has to be taken up, okay, because it plays a crucial role here. Okay, uh, because research is a very costly process. It involves time, it involves energy, and it involves money also. So therefore, no, we should be very careful in defining the problem, because defining the problem helps the researcher in all his subsequent research efforts, including setting up of proper research objectives, determination of techniques, extent of information to be collected, methods to be used in the survey, whether primary data or secondary data, or experience survey or pilot studies, all this. So we can call this stage as a preliminary investigation. Okay, so that is the first step. Second step is statement of research objectives. Yeah, after identifying and defining the problem, okay, the researcher, what he has to do, he has to make a formal statement research objectives. Okay, such objectives, they can be in qualitative terms or in quantitative terms. Okay, and some statement or hypothesis should be made. Now we'll take an example, right? The research objective. Okay, if it is, to find out the extent to which sales promotion schemes affected the sales volume. This is the research objective. What we are finding out? We are finding out the extent to which sales promotion schemes are affected the sales volume. Okay. Then on the other hand, hypothesis, it is a statement that can be refuted or supported. How? By empirical finding, right? The same research objective we can state as, okay, when we are taking an hypothesis, to test the proposition that sales are positively affected by the sales promotion schemes undertaken this winter. Okay, that becomes a hypothesis statement. Another we can take hypothesis. The new packaging pattern has resulted in increase in sales and profits. Okay, so this is how, no, so we have to make, research objectives or hypothesis we have to develop, right? And then the researcher now is ready to choose the research design. Okay, next, the third step is planning the sample. Okay, see, sampling, it involves procedures that use a small number of items of parts of population to make conclusion regarding the population. See, if we go for a blood test, they'll take us some units of our blood and they'll try to diagnose what it is. They won't take the whole population. I mean, the whole blood from the body, right? So that is sample. Okay, from the total items, from the total population, a small unit, small number is taken. That is sampling. So here, important question in this, collecting the sample. See, who is to be sampled is a question we have to answer. Then, which is the target population, right? What should be the sample size? Whether it should be large or whether it should be small. Then how to come to an optimal level. Then how to select the various units, okay, so as to make that sample. So if you are doing the same thing, the new packaging pattern has resulted in increase in sales and profits. Now, if you have taken it in a geographically, whether North India, South India, East India, West India, or South, North, okay, southeast or southwest, like that, no, how to select that various units from the sample, and then how many samples you have to collect. So that plays a vital role. Okay, so planning the sample. Next is data collection, right? Now we know collection of data is related to gathering of facts, so that we can solve the problem. So hence, methods of marketing research, you can collect in secondary, no, two methods, primary data and secondary data. Secondary data you can collect from reports, concerned reports, magazines, or any other periodicals, or scholarly research reports, or written articles, or government publications, or company publications, right? Or books. Like that, you can collect the data. You can collect, a primary data also, from the original base, through empiricals, by using various tools. Okay, here we can have two sources. One is internal source and the other one is external source. Internal source existing within the firm, okay, like accounting data or salesmen's reports and all. External sources outside the firm when you're collecting it. Okay, so that is the way you should collect the data. And after collecting the data, it should be processed and analysis. So our next step is data processing and analysis. See, once data has been collected, we have to convert into a format that will give us some answers in a very systematic way. Okay, so data processing always begins with editing of data and then coding of data. Okay, what is editing? Editing involves inspecting the data collection forms so that we can remove omission, or legibility or legibility and consistency in classification. Okay, that should be in the editing process. Now, before tabulation, responses need to be classified into meaningful categories. Right? The rules for categorizing, recording, and transferring the data to data storage media, they can be turned into codes. These coding process, it will facilitate for computer tabulation. Okay, if your no, if computer is analyzing the data, then the key punched and verified. They should be verified. Codes must be verified. It should be punched. Then analysis of data represents that application of logic to the understanding of the data. Okay, about the subject. In its simplest form, determination of consistent patterns and summarizing of appropriate details. Okay, no, tabulation will help us. No, if the frequencies, it will show us. No, suppose we have taken, there are many number of male respondents than female respondents. We can understand that they geographically the male concentration area it is there. Like that, we can make some understanding of the data. Okay, based on the frequencies, like that. So we have to analyze the data. And the last step is formulating conclusion, preparing, and then presenting the report. So this is the final stage of marketing research process. Okay. Now, this will help in interpreting the data and drawing some conclusions. Why we are doing all these things is to make some decisions. No, in helping manager to take decisions. So how it will be done when you present the data in the form of a report before him, right? Then the report, how it should be? It should be clearly and effectively communicated, right? Findings must be clear. It should not be complicated. No, yes, and buys, this, ifs, and all should not be there. It should be clear and very simple statements, very good to understand. Okay. It in a systematic, no, technical aspect of the study has to be followed. No, what was the problem, what were the objectives, what was the time limit given to you, what was the sample used, which research methodology you have used, and where you have collected the data, then whether some literature review is done or not, and then what are the tools you have used, what statistical package you have, how you have analyzed the data, and then what are the in a systematic you present that report, then management they can take interest in reading that report and finding out the facts in that report, and then they can make no, they can make their own decisions by seeing the recommendations given in the report as well. Okay, so researcher must make the presentation technically accurate, understandable, and useful. Okay, so when you follow these steps in marketing research, definitely any problem can be solved to the maximum extent. Okay, so next, what are the factors that influence no initial marketing research? One is relevance. And the second one is type and nature of information sought, time, then availability of scarce resources, and cost benefit analysis. Okay, so researchers, they have roles and responsibilities to their profession, respondents and clients, and they must stick to high ethical standards, okay, to safeguard that both function and the data are not brought into low esteem. Okay, see, that's how, because no, generally stakeholders involved in marketing research, no, they are project client who sponsors, then supplier who designs and executes the research, and respondent who provides the information. Okay, so in practice, what we see a marketing research goal can be no coupled up to three major categories, that is programmatic, selective, and evaluative, right? See, where programmatic research is conducted to determine marketing opportunities through market segmentation, opportunity analysis, customer attitude, and product usage research. And selective research is done to test various decision alternatives, no, like new product testing, advertising testing, pre-test testing, or pre-test marketing, we can say, and test marketing. And evaluative research, no, it is performed to evaluate what performance of programs, like tracking advertising recall, corporate and brand image research, customer satisfaction, no, with relate to product and service. So likewise. So with this, we shall wind up today's class, and tomorrow we'll continue with no marketing research and even competitive intelligence. So thank you
Thank
for
you, madam.
patience listening. Thank you. If any doubts, you can ask.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.